by the banks of the loch, and we're basically trying to initiate some kind of revolution in society based on sustainable community development throughout the world, most notably in places like Nairobi, Uganda, Congo, and many places that have been ravished by natural disasters as well as famines and other economic anomalies within especially the third world. So all I would suggest is that to bridge the gap within these communities requires a cultural ethos that will match the favour and the disposition of the local residents. To introduce some kind of foreign culture is it will create some level of let's say suspicion. So what is that common ground that we seek to bridge to these people, to any people in the world, is most notably music. And I myself am a firm believer in the message of hip-hop music, which is, when we speak of Africa, the very native musical tradition of Mother Africa. So I'm hoping to bring on board as many MCs and hip-hop artists throughout the world, especially within the UK and Ireland, where I take a special preference, as it's my physical location for the last 30 years. Travelled extensively throughout the whole of the UK, London, Liverpool, Birmingham, Leeds, Manchester, Scotland, Glasgow and Edinburgh, 7 years to name a few places. I've lived in London back in 12 years ago or so. I met many interesting and unusual people there, and what I would suggest is that not just simply throwing relief money to assist these people, but rather going there and introducing a stable, sustainable community through hip-hop, through tribal, dare we say jungle, drum and bass, whatever the case may be. And in this way, not only music, but the language of love is also food, sustainable crop development, and first and foremost, large amounts of, I would suggest, vegetarian foodstuffs first offered to God in sacrifice as a meaningful gesture of goodwill. This is a sure way, alongside spiritual presentations through music, to bond and relate harmoniously, perfectly with these local communities and help them as best as we can. Now, I'm a strong subscriber of the Royal Channel. I've written in person, I mean to say, you know, by standard mail with His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, with this schematic and much more that we have to offer through various studies that I've been deeply involved with, mainly through the Vedic culture, which was, up until 5,000 years ago, the global sustainable schematic community blueprint on this planet. And we will find all other cultures, all cultures are relating to each other. It's not that one has precedent over another, but rather we are one. And over time, due to various political and different factions, man has turned against man, and nation against nation, and now we're facing the time now where individuals are facing individuals, and we're having large corporate closures and lockdowns on various natural reserves, most notably in Iran, Afghanistan, we don't need to name all the names, but Africa as well. So it's the way that we're going with this schematic right now, this schematic of financial exploitation, it is putting human nature and humanity's primary sustainable focus into the background, and rather a few individuals, out of possible fear due to the economic condition of the world right now, and also mainly due to a level of selfish concern, are putting their own economic development before the needs and concerns of the people around them. The problem with that is that eventually the whole thing will collapse in on itself in war, fratricidal war and domination, which we've been seeing here in Ireland for over 1,000 years. So now there has become a certain change. People are educating themselves, people are aware of the law and aware of corporate courts, corporate laws and all of these things, and people are realizing that a lot of people are being cheated. So we don't have to focus on reacting negatively to that, but I would like to introduce positive options which we can do something good for the world. Most definitely, 100% confirmed. So if you are interested to learn more about this, please contact, please subscribe, stay tuned. I'm going out around the local communities, actually meeting people face to face and speaking with them directly. I go to their house and knock on their door and I speak with them, and I want to learn from them as well. And I'm getting a lot of good feedback. You may have seen from the videos. I've contacted the local council here. I'm awaiting their reply since 2 weeks. And various other leading party players within this local community, as well as, I've written one letter to Prince Charles. I will admit, shaky handwriting. It's no small task to write a letter to His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, but try we must. How can anyone sit back satisfied when living entities around us are starving and cold? This is not very sanguine, let's say. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Dr. Tommy Goranga.